the number one performance enhancing activity is sleep. Is sleep. Is rest. Right. So the idea of go, 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 no days off. Some days, like even when I was came to the point, like the days that we miss, it's rest too. So the days that we skip because we didn't rest are days that we can't rest on. We can't skip a rest day and work out and think that we're going to get a rest day. It doesn't work like that, right? The pieces of the puzzle or the foundation is built on, a plan.
So before we get into, I want to talk about coaching. I think this will start to
Mm-hmm.
come up, but talk to me about, because I have a really good relationship with my 18-year-old daughter. And so I
Mm-hmm.
was like less concerned, like we'd call each other and could talk and whatnot.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how you navigate your relationship with your daughter being a pretty intense coach and a dad. How does that work? What's some advice, wisdom around that for dads?
Yeah. So I went in really, I think from the very beginning, um, went and educated myself, right? So when I say educated myself, I surrounded myself, with other coaches. I went and got certified, USATF level 1 first and USATF level 2. I'm currently working on my USATF level 3, which is the highest level of track and field coaching in the U.S. So once I complete that, I'll be in the coaches pool for the Olympics. So
Wow, cool.
I doubt I'll pursue going that route, but it's nice to be, considered those credentials.
Mm.
Um, I try not to. It's hard, but I try not to coach um, my daughter different. But
Hmm.
it's and hopefully no Marinol parents or dads are listening to this. But some of our kids, man, they don't put in the work that it takes to be at that level, right? So
Hmm.
I have to take time away from my coaching my my daughter to try to have to deal with somebody that I don't really care about what my time is. I'm just out here. Um, so I think what I've done is really kind of focusing less on the physical and more on the mental preparation, right? So, so I always have that opportunity, through a drive home or, sitting at lunch or just in the house or, you know, quick text message or whatever. So I mean, she at this age now, she gets it, right? So my hope is I'm preparing her for the next coach,
Mm.
you know. So um, the preparing her for the next coach that's going to and understanding with her that she understands, you know, what's good and bad coaching. If a coach says
Yeah,
run
that's
with your
good.
arms like this right here, you're like, oh, coach, that's not good, right? So she understands, sort of from a sprinting perspective, better mechanics, but yeah, sort of ramble on there. But I'd probably say just I've been able to focus more on the mental than the physical. I mean, the work is the work. So even if I have the kids that are not um, interested in getting better, the work is still the work, right? So
So shift that into, tell me a little bit more about coaching.
yes,
And
sir.
I think, what's your philosophy on coaching? What's the benefit of
Yeah,
coaching? And I think, like, even about my own life, some of the people who stand out the most to me are even my high school coaches for
yeah,
sports I played. The
yeah.
influence they have. And so I think dads have such an opportunity to get into coaching. And then, so talk to me about that, but then also, if there's anything else around the educating yourself, because I
Hmm.
think, like, if some dad wants to start teaching his 5-year-old soccer or track or football or whatever,
Yeah,
like, you could roll with your kid for 10 years and then
yeah,
have influence on others. So
yeah,
wrap on that.
yeah. So I think um, in I'm sorry, the first question was because I was ready to jump on the second question.
Just vibe on whatever. I
Yeah.
blend
So
them all.
um, yeah. Well, I think my philosophy is what we did when we started the club, Spartan Track Club. We came up with a real theme, catchy, if you will, and it was become your best self. Right.
Mm,
So we have athletes that have started that. Um, that don't have the physical capability, the physical talent that man will give you every you know sweat bead if they could, right? And to become better, right? And for those kids, I love working with, because the 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 want to get better, the tenacity, the hunger to get better, even though they lack some of the physical capability. And I can think of a few that I've worked with just this past year that went from not even making the JV finals last year in the hurdles to state finalists,
Wow.
right?
Yeah. Incredible.
So I'm very proud of those athletes that work to get better. And so the advice I would give to coach, I mean, today as they become coaches, let's say they're not giving scholarships, guys, to 5-year-old kids. Right? There's no
Mhm.
scholarships for a 10-year-old kid. Even
Mhm.
if a college offers a kid a 14-year-old, it's not a binding offer,
Mm.
right? So any coach can come up to a kid, and we like to offer you a full ride scholarship to whatever university. Well, it's not binded until you sign,
Mm.
right? And that coach can be out of there and
Yeah.
just in the blink of an eye, and that kind of stuff, right? So my thing is, and advice to dads, right, is um, for me with my coaching, yes, the work is the work, but do you know what the number one performance enhancing activity is?
Mm.
Anyone would probably guess the number one performance enhancing activity is sleep. Is
Mm.
sleep, is rest, right? So the idea of go 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 go, no days off. Some days, like even when I was came to the point, like the days that we miss, it's rest too. So the days that we skip because we didn't rest are days that we can't rest on. We can't skip a rest day and
Mhm.
work out and think that we're going to get a rest day. It doesn't work like that, right? The pieces of the puzzle, or the foundation is built on a plan. So yeah, so my advice to dads would be, if you are um, involved in your athletes, and I think it behooves all parents that are talk to your athletes, talk to your kids, right? I'll go as serious in it as my daughter wants to go in it,
Mhm.
right? If
Mhm.
we that's the reason why, like, I've gone and educated myself, and I did the same thing for our son, right? Got He was a basketball player, and I was like, I knew every basketball rule, right? I'd call I'm like, before the referee,
Yeah.
before anything, right? But you know, got involved in the scoreboard, keeping the record book, keeping the scores book, ensuring the athletes had, the basketball coach had the support he needed, emailing all the parents, doing all the sort of administrative stuff to just support the team. So I'd like get involved, right?
Mm.
There's always help and support that a coach needs, and I'm blessed with the family of parents that assist me. With
Mhm.
our brand, we're a 501(c)(3) organization here in the state of Hawaii, and federally, honestly, and the support that we have that helps um, get our the access to tracks and the access to equipments and things like that to make the athletes better.